Morning. I'm going to teach y'all how to make something for New Year's. This new year coming up, you can cook a bread that's cheap. So here we go. I've got me a pan. I've got this little skillet like this, but if you don't have one of these, it's okay. You don't have to have it. Got this. I've got self-rising cornmeal and white lily, and I have got hot water. That's all you need. Cornmeal and water. And you can make pan after pan after pan after pan of cornbread. And it is so good with pepper jelly on it. It's good with, y'all don't believe this, but with syrup for breakfast. So this is a must. You need to learn how to do this. So all you do is take your skillet, put it on your eye. Let me do it over here so y'all can see what I'm doing. And you're going to put some olive oil on it. If you don't have any olive oil and you want to put some other kind, then do. But you put your olive oil in the skillet, and I would say about a scant tablespoon in each one. Okay, that ought to do it. And when you get it in there, you kind of do like that a little bit, so it makes sure it gets all over the edges, kind of. Like this. And you set it on a really hot eye, like this. That's hot. Got it on high. I got my oven set on 400 degrees. And all you do is take your self-rising. You need to have self-rising cornmeal. And I took 1 cup out of here. I normally don't measure for y'all, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to help you. All right, so put it in your bowl. 1 cup. Now you're almost there. All you need now is hot water. So let me get my spoon. I had it out. Here it is. We got to let that oil get smoky hot. So I'm going to turn my water on, and I want it to be really hot. So come on over here and let's do it. Sit you right there in the kitchen window. Ooh, this sun's bright this morning. Woo. Let me get behind something. What can I do? I'll get over here behind that pole. It's better for me. All right, so I'm going to turn my water on really high. Now, and I'm going to do it till it gets hot. The hottest it'll go, okay? That's really hot right there coming out. Now I'm going to put a little water in it. Let me turn it down a little bit. You want it watery. In other words, you don't want it thick like that. And you're going to learn how to do this easy. It's easy, easy peasy. So I've got 1 cup of cornmeal in it and hot water. And the name of it is hot water cornbread. All right, that's about right. Get all the knots out of it. All right, I'm gonna put a little more. All right, that's it. Now, you want it this soupy. Look. You're not gonna measure the water. You're gonna do it by consistency. So you want it. It's like almost between a sweet milk and a buttermilk. All right, let's get back over here to our area, and we're gonna wait on our grease to heat up. This morning I put all my plants, y'all see that? I put them in the kitchen window. I've got a really sunny kitchen window, and this one right here was given to me, and look at the bloom on that thing. Isn't that pretty? It just bloomed just the other day. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful little plant. They said it was a kind of a tropical plant. All right, we've got our skillet here. Do you see how it's smoking? Do you see that smoke coming off of it? Well, that's what we want. So I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to sit y'all up over here. I got to hurry up and do it before it catches a fire. All right, here we go. You take it off like that. Sit it somewhere and start putting your one thing in each you don't want too much grease in there so it'll cook over. Alright, that's about it. I had got about 1 cornbread left. We just have to throw that out because I don't need it. So when you do your cup, you want it a scant cup and then don't put much oil in there. And pop it in the oven on 400 degrees until it's real brown, and then hopefully we're going to pop it out and we're going to eat it with some butter. Or if I can buy pepper jelly, we're going to eat it with that. Okay, y'all, our cornbread, our water cornbread is done. I can't wait for you to see it. Let's pray that it pops out of our pan. You know, I always told you, when you have a cornbread skillet, don't ever fry anything or use it for anything else. Because if you do, it's going to stick. All right, so here we go. Let's see how it turned out. I don't know how long I cooked it, but this is kind of how you want it to look right here. You want it pretty brown, and just flip it over and knock it on your chopping block or your hot pad, whatever you've got. And that comes out clean. Let me put it over here out of our way. And I'm going to show y'all how to eat this stuff. Now, if you've got peas and corn and tomatoes, eat it like that. Hot, 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 hot. This is called hot water cornbread. It is easy as pie to make, but you do have to have self-rising cornmeal, and I use the White Lily. And turn your oven. What I did on this one is I cooked it on 400 for a while, and then it seemed like it was taking too long, so I turned it up to 500. I was hungry. So this is it. You can cook it quick and easy for your children for breakfast or lunch or supper. And here's the way I like it. Well, I like it several ways. I'm going to demonstrate some ways you can eat it. Okay, there's a crumb that fell off. I like butter on it, like this. My butter, I did not have it sitting out. And I've told y'all a zillion times, leave your butter out. Don't be putting it in the refrigerator like I did. I didn't realize I didn't have any out, and this is cold as a wedge. Anyway, this is a southern way to eat it. Now, if you've ever eaten cornbread like this, I want y'all to tell me, because you probably have. This is for your breakfast or snack. You put a little syrup of your favorite. This is sugar cane syrup. You pick it up with your hand. Like this. Well, come up here where you can see. Come up here. Let's have a bite of this good cornbread. Oh, it fell on top of my chopping block. That's a good thing. I'm glad it did. It slid off this plate. Instead of having pancakes, do this one morning. It's good crumbled in pea juice. It's good with collards and cornbread. Now, I'll eat that one in a minute. I'm going to show you what else I like with it. If I'm eating peas, like field peas or peas out of the garden, or cabbage or something like that, I like to put pepper jelly on my cornbread. And so does my whole family. So this one happens to be jalapeno peach pepper jelly. You can make it with just peppers like your bell peppers and different peppers. Or you can use jalapeno peppers or whatever. But then you can put something else in it. Now, when I make pepper jelly that's in your cookbook, I use bell peppers. Reds, you can put reds and greens and yellows, whatever you want. And then put your hot peppers in it. And your sure-gel and everything. All right, so here's how I do it when I'm eating peas and stuff like that. I take some pepper jelly on a spoon, and I do like that on the end of it, like that. See it? Can you see it? That is so fine. So fine. You want to leave your cornbread. Wait a minute. I'm going to finish eating this stuff up. We got some water. You want to do your cornbread so that it's crunchy like this. It's brown on all the sides. Those little holes are because when you put it in there from the sink when we were doing it over there, oh, that's hot, pepper jelly. I mean, it's hot. I need to drink more water. Anyway, you can make this easy, y'all. If you don't have this, like a pan like that, get you a smaller skillet. Not so big if it's just you and your husband. And get that grease hot and pour it in there and cook it the same way. It's just that you don't have crunchy on all sides. And this is something else I would do. I don't know if I would put a full cup in there. The thinner this is in your skillet, you don't want it rising up real big because you want it crunchy. So when you do your cup of cornmeal, just do a scant cup. Don't overload it. So that, you know, I had some cornmeal a little bit left over in there. I just threw it out. It wasn't hardly any, but it was some. So that's going to help you to know what to do. Y'all, the new year brings resolutions. It causes us to look at ourselves. And sometimes we don't like what we see because we've been doing something that we didn't really intend to do. Or we haven't been doing some things we needed to do. And you are in charge of your life, and so you need to look at yourself and let the Lord help you to see yourself as you really are, and let's make improvements. Let's make some resolutions. Most resolutions aren't kept. We all say we're going to lose so-and-so pounds, or we're going to do this, that, and the other one. Usually it doesn't happen. But here's what it is good for. Resolutions causes us to look at ourselves. Whether we need to read more, whether we need to invite people over to our house more, whether we need to lose a few pounds or just eat healthy. Like this cornbread is healthy. I mean, it's just got water and cornmeal in it. Well, a little olive oil, but that's good for you. And, you know, and to really look at yourself and say, hey, how can I improve this year? How can I? Is it the way you treat people? What is it that you want to make a New Year's resolution about, or you've already made it and just waiting to instigate it? But you can do this. I mean, there's nothing to that. You saw how watery it was, right? And so you can do that. And I know that you can. I can too. I need to do it. I need to look at myself and see how I can improve. We all need to. We all need to improve and to be more like Christ every day. We're not going to be like him, you know, until we're totally cleansed when we go up to heaven. But here on earth, we can look at ourselves and do the best we can. You know how when your children are in school and they come home with a C and something, and you said, is that the best you can do? And they said, Mama, that was the best I could do. I just couldn't, I'd worked so hard, couldn't get. And then you look at that child and you say, if that's your best, then I'm happy with it. That's what we need to say. I used to tell my children, I'd say, y'all just do the best you can, and that's all I expect of you. Everybody's not an A student. there are students who make C's and D's. I remember one time Dallas came home from biology class, and he had a hard teacher. But she was a good teacher. I'm telling you, she was good. She taught. Her name is Jerry Stroud. She still lives here in Andalusia. And he came home and he said, Mama, he said, my report card looks like I'm not learning anything. I got a D in this class. He said, but I have learned so much. You see, there's the difference. You could have an A in a class and not learn a whole lot. Or you might make a C in a class, but you've learned a ton of stuff. So it's how you look at things and the perspective. So just because your child might have a low grade, just hug them and say, if you're doing your best, Mama's proud of you. Because we're not all A students, that's for sure. I had to study hard when I was in school. It didn't come easy. I worked at it. I guess that's why I work so hard now. It's because I'm working at it. I'm working at life. So make your New Year's resolutions, even if you don't keep them. It will help you to look at yourself and say, hey, this is some things I need to improve on. Maybe you get up in the morning and you look like a terrible thing till about lunchtime, and finally you might comb your hair, brush your teeth. Don't do that. I mean, everybody else has got to look at you. You got to look at yourself when you walk past the mirror. I mean, we're not perfect, but we can do the best we can with what we got. Oh, goodness. I love y'all. I hope you have a good day. You could either, if you've already made your resolutions, that's good. If you hadn't, go ahead and do that. Even if you're late doing it or early doing it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it in the middle of the year, as long as you do it. So, I guess I'll finish eating my cornbreads and tell you that I love you and Jesus loves you too. And even if you don't know it. Y'all take care. Make you some hot water cornbread. Bye-bye.